Hi, you guys. Hopefully you can hear me. Once again, I don't see my audio moving. Um, let's see. I don't see. Hi. Okay, hopefully you guys can hear me this time. So yeah, I want to start with this Wendy Williams show ending. Um, I really don't know how to feel about it, and I think I've spoken on this so many times already. Um, But yeah, I just don't know how to feel about the way they handled ending her show. But at the same time, maybe she didn't want to do it, right? And so, because I don't really know what she's saying, she hasn't come out and said anything. Um, so it's really hard to know how she really feels about it. I know she was saying that she was coming back, but maybe she is coming back, maybe on another network, or in some other way. And so I don't know. Like, how do you guys feel about it? People on Twitter, of course, everyone's trying to just celebrate her in their own way, not knowing how to feel about, what to do. I guess I should say it that way. Um, but yeah. So I guess it was TMZ. They went outside of the studio and they were asking Norman, who is the producer, the light skinned guy. I'm going to show you guys. Let me see if I can find it again. Um, trying to find the video. Okay, because it's TMZ's. I don't want to. I don't need no problems over her. I'm just going to play the audio of Norman, and they talked to Suzanne as well. Suzanne she came off a little uncomfortable about, let me know if you guys saw that in the comments. She came up, this was yesterday. Obviously the last show probably was taped yesterday and they aired it today. Um, and Sherry was there as the host. Um, but Suzanne she just kind of seemed uncomfortable, and she definitely was trying to hurry up and get across the street. She was trying to hurry up and get across that street, but she seemed a little emotional as well. So I don't know if she was just feeling some kind of way about how things ended. I don't know. But this is Norman.
Oh my God, it's so bittersweet. I'm so sad, but also so happy to be moving on to Sherry. But Wendy was the best. I will miss her so much. I'm gonna really miss working with her. Have you spoken to her recently? No, I actually haven't. I haven't spoken to her, but I'm sure she's doing well. Right. Yeah. Right. Quick question: is Wendy invited to this after party? Is it an after party? Was she invited to actually? I actually don't know. I have no idea. I have no idea who's gonna be there. Oh no. I just know I'm gonna be there and I'm gonna be tipsy. That's all I know. I know that. One more question: when can we see Sherry? Is gonna be live, right? Yeah, it'll be live September. Something. Mid-September. No, mid-September. 15th. I think so. Is that news? Am I making news? Am I getting in trouble? Are you getting Well, we're excited to hear what new? Are you guys gonna keep Hot Topics? Because Hot Topics has now been, or is that something that like Wendy owns, or? No, I actually don't know what's gonna happen yet, but we'll see. We have like the whole summer to figure it out. I love it. But, yeah. TMZ, what's up, Harvey?
So yeah. So he was a little more friendly. And because I feel like we know that he has a relationship with Wendy as well, and I'm sure he still does. But at the same time, they don't want to come in between the people they work for and their friend or someone that they respect at least. And so I feel like they're in a uncomfortable position in that they don't want to say the wrong thing, right? Because they have to show some form of loyalty to this company, and then they're also not wanting to say anything that can come off a way about Wendy. So I don't know. I don't know what happened. It just and because this has never happened before. Like I can remember when Oprah's run was up, and I think she was like 25 years, right? So I remember that. I believe, and it's all a blur, but I think I remember like Sally Jesse Raphael. Remember when there was just they had all the daytime talk shows back in the day, and so I just don't remember this ever happening this way to anybody else other than Wendy. So she's definitely in a unique situation in the way that her show is ending. Um, but I feel like a lot of people were saying on Twitter, she will come back in some way, some form, whether regardless if it's on TV or not. Maybe TV is too much for her at this point, but she definitely can come back and do some other things. So that's always, you know, um, that's the thing. It's not like we're never going to see Wendy Williams again. But it did feel weird just knowing today came and that today was the last day of her show and you know, not knowing what's next for her at the same time. So, from what I'm reading on Twitter, they're saying that Sherry was a little emotional about it as well. So I don't know. I think there was a story that was out not too long ago where they were trying to work things out. They claim allegedly they were trying to work things out with Wendy to get her to come back in some form or fashion, but I guess that it just didn't work out. Maybe she wanted things her way or she wasn't going to do it. I don't know. Right. Because, I mean, she sounded like she really wanted her show back at the same time. And so I don't know. I guess we'll find out one day. She will come out and say something. And I think Kevin Calvin said he made a statement as well, her ex-husband, because he was a part of the show as well for a long time. Right. What up until the 11th season, 11th, 12th season himself. So I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about Wendy's show ending in the comments. It's a bunch of stuff I want to touch on, so hopefully I can remember everything that I wanted to bring up in this video. Now, as you guys can see, everybody on this picture is in the music industry. So because it's Black Music Month, I thought I'd just put the music people on there. But there were some other things that I wanted to touch on. It didn't have anything to do with music necessarily. But the other story that is music related is Kirk Franklin. Kirk Franklin in an interview with the Breakfast Club, and he was asked by DJ Envy about his son, and he of course answered the question. He looked like he didn't really want to, but I think he understands that people are going to ask him. Right? That's just what it is. Wherever he goes, people are going to ask about Kerrion, and the more that Kerrion is out here, as his own force, it's just the conversation is going to continue. So I think that at some point he'll probably get comfortable with it. I just from listening to him, I couldn't make out if he is really working things out with him or not. You guys can let me know what you think. I'm gonna play what he had to say, a little bit of it.
A lot of people would say we should apologize to your son. You don't know the history there. You don't know what all is happening. My son is 34 years old. My son recently was in some trouble, and I was there.
I saw he did thank you.
And
he thanked both. So
hold on, before we get there, I just want to ask you. Family is something that's strong, right?
Yeah.
He and her brother, her mother, and her father. I got 6 kids, my family. One thing that bothered me is sometimes it was like, I felt like your son did something to try to hurt you.
Yeah.
Right? He tried to record that. He tried to embarrass you. He tried to hurt you.
Yeah.
How did that make you feel? And what was the conversation like that? Because it's almost like even if I get in an argument with my son, right? We might say some things to each other that, after we laugh about, Dad, I love you. But I would never think my son would try to do something to bring my empire down or to hurt me or to embarrass me on a huge stage. That's what an enemy does. So how did that affect you, and how did y'all heal from that if y'all did? And the reason I'm asking, because there's a lot of parents out there that have the same similar situation.
Yeah. We historically have tried to keep our journey with our son and his state a private family. It's our loved ones, and we've been here for many, many, many years, and I've done everything that I could to try to help him for many, 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 many years. My son is a very talented, beautiful soul, and the way that he was wired is not necessarily his fault. Some of us are born with very unique wiring. And a lot of times in our community, it is hard for us to acknowledge certain wiring. We want to think it's something else. We see people outside of our communities, they're very quick to lean towards science and medicine and information, right? Not our community, right? We sometimes expect for there to be some other type of thing. Right. Is because we're so distrusting with the medical system, with the healthcare system, with science and with systems. We historically, when it comes to systems, are very distrusting of systems, and so we have had to walk through many, many, many layers historically with our son. My son recently was incarcerated, right, and so we knew we've been watching it for years. I mean, this is my boy. I know my son, and I've known everything, and so right now I am proud of him. Is because I think that we are privately trying to address some of those things, and I have to realize, Envy, that he may never be able to understand the gravity of what he did. Does that make sense what I'm saying in context?
Yeah.
He may never be able to understand it. And for me, I may have to live with that and put his well-being before what he did.
In a way, do you think this kind of broke down the doors for you to be able to address something like this publicly and then work on fixing things with your relationship and your approach?
I think that as a 34-year-old man, his willingness to accept the uniqueness of how God has wired him and to embrace it and to embrace the tools that are available will be a very beautiful thing. It's because sometimes that will give you a greater opening of understanding what life is around you, and it gives you context. More than anything, I'm grateful that he felt like that when in his darkest hour that we pulled up.
And I was going to say that. Was there any hesitation? Because, a lot of people would be like, I'd write my son off if he did that. I'd write my daughter off when he did that. But when your son got into trouble, was there any hesitation? Be like, should I go help? Or should I? He wants me to stand back. He wants to embarrass me. I'll let him figure it out on his own. Was there any hesitation?
Great.
Or you or your wife?
Great question. at the end of the day, he's still my son. And when something like that happened, all bets were off. And me and his incredible mother, shout out to his mother. Shout out to his mother. Boy, if I tell you, Angela, that woman, that woman camped out in Los Angeles for weeks to make sure, because that's her only son. Mm-hmm. She camped out. Shout out to his mother. His mother is a hero. And I do want people to know that even though what happened with my son and I, and once again, I acknowledge the mistake that I made, is because I know the reason why I was so disappointed in myself is because I know what I'm dealing with. He just those 2 days, because their recording is 2 separate recordings. Mm-hmm. And so he recorded me. And I hadn't talked to him in 5 years. Wow. I hadn't talked to my son in 5 years when he called me. But I do want people to know I love him. I want the world to hear it loud. I love my son.
So yeah. I'm glad if they are trying to work on things that they are. But it sounds like even from Kerrion that this is something that's been going on for a long time. And with him being 34, that kind of lets you know that it's probably just the way they're going to deal with each other, right? Because of course you guys can see in this video that Kerrion posted a message this morning, and he said, as long as you go in and get you some help as well. He's just saying anybody that feels a certain way about me, as long as you're going and getting the help that you need as well. Because for me, I'm not trying to start or say anything. I'm just saying Kirk Franklin's not taking any accountability for their relationship being the way that it is. And maybe in his mind and his heart of hearts, he feels that he's right. And that's his child. I don't have nothing to really say about that. It's really none of my business. But I'm just saying, you can hear in his statement that there's no accountability. He's saying Kerrion don't understand how he's wired and that he needs help. But Kerrion knows that he needs help. He's already admitted to that. So I don't think that's totally and fully it. But hopefully they work it out and continue to talk to each other. And like he said, when it's really rough for him, he is going to show up as his parent, as he should. And so that's all. That's it, and that's all. I don't like seeing. I personally, I think it's so much craziness that play out about Black people as it is. We really don't need. We don't need it, especially from the church, right? Like, you guys are supposed to be people of God. Like, we have to say that we have to set a better example, right? If we want, because these people that are claiming that they're giving their life to the Lord, and they're doing it for God, they're doing it for Jesus. You're supposed to be setting an example, right? No, none of us are perfect, but you understand that because you hear them saying it. But then people fall out of that, right? So I don't know. I just feel like I hope that this is something that they can keep out of the media, right? As much as possible, as much as they possibly can. Because yeah, he's right. Kerrion's definitely weaponizing social media, right? By even putting that out there, putting the audio out there, and then he went live on his mother one time when the mother and the grandmother was trying to get him to do something. I don't remember now, but I remember that as well. So he's definitely weaponizing, using social media to kind of to embarrass his parents. And you're 34 years old. These people really don't have to do nothing for you. You're a grown man, right? So it's that part. And I think everybody get it. I think we get it. So I don't know. Hopefully they can work it out though. Let me know what y'all think about that story. Like I said, Kerrion got messages up in his story, and then he put something else in there as well that he quoted from Kendrick, the Family Soul. And so I don't know if he's trying to say this towards his father or who he's saying it to, but let's heal so we can stop accidentally hurting people that we want to love, because we are projecting our own wounds onto them. So yeah, I don't know. I guess because Envy was asking him about Kerrion or his relationship with Kerrion. That's why, maybe it just sounds a certain way to me. But let me know what you guys think in the comments about that whole situation as well. And then the other story, let me, yeah, let me move on. Let me move into the comedy. No, I'm just playing. So Trick Daddy was in an interview as well. With the podcast is called "It's Tricky." And this is a young lady that was on TMZ. I don't know if she's still on there or not. Raquel. So and because City Girls are from Miami, he's from Miami. Obviously, they're going to talk about Miami, right? And the music scene and hip hop because he is a legend. So he starts talking about, I don't really know the full context because you know how these people put these clips out here. I don't know the full context, so let me say that. And so please don't jump in my comments about, I'm letting y'all know now I don't know the full context. But he was saying that Young Miami is getting all this attention and people are not giving attention to JT. What's her name? Jatavia and Carisha. Now, Raquel was, trying to say, no, JT, everybody know JT is the girl. She's definitely the girl on the rap end, right? And he was like, yeah, I mean, they're both talented. I get it. I know what you're saying. But I think that people are giving Young Miami more attention, and I don't know why that is, or something he was saying. I don't want to misquote him because he said a bunch of he said some stuff. But this is my thing. I'm just going to skip to what I want to say about it because I get what he was trying to say, and I understand too. As a black man, I appreciate him looking out for JT because we don't see that today. But his generation, they would have looked out, and that's real. So I'm glad that he's looking out for her like that. However, I am questioning sometimes stuff like we've seen this play out in history long before Trick Daddy and long before me. And I can drop names, but I won't. But we've seen this before, especially within Black music and Black groups, where what people will push one artist in the group, make them get in their ears, start make it sound like they could step out and leave this and do that and do this. And I just feel like I don't like, this is just my opinion since I'm saying okay. When people plant seeds like that, I think that we've seen this play out time and time and time. Like I said, I can name the groups, but I won't. Over the years, we've seen this play out. Male groups, women, all of it. And I think that people do this. They come in and they plant these seeds, and then the next thing you know, you see the people in the groups. They won't even talk to each other anymore. It becomes a big blowout, and and in this modern day of social media, stuff like this can get really, really ugly. I think back in the day, people had, it was better because a lot of stuff that was going on the back end, the public was not aware of it. We didn't start hearing about stuff until they started putting it in books and movies and stuff. And so this stuff was not playing out before. Now with all this social media and all this cameras and all this stuff out here, it gets really ugly, and it gets really ugly really fast. That's all I'm saying. I don't like when people plant seeds. Let both of those girls be great in their own way. They are still individuals. They're both equally attractive young women. They're both talented. They both are talented in different ways as well. Let them explore everything they want to explore individually and together. We do not need to plant seeds about who is getting stuff because they like skin and because they sleeping with this one is, when you start doing that, it always causes problems, right? JT is in a relationship as well. JT has also jumped on social media many a times and said she don't like to be bothered. So clearly they have two different personalities. And like I said, they are individuals. So people have to respect that as well. And I feel like because they are childhood friends, when Carisha win, Jatavia is gonna win. When JT is winning, Young Miami is gonna win. So I think that they, if they have really are truly friends like that, then they will see that way, and they won't worry about who's getting this and who's getting that. They're just gonna do what they do and get what they get. Okay, both of them. And I think people should look at it that way. I think when people start planting these seeds, I get where Trick Daddy is coming from though, because I feel like he is trying to look out for her. Like, nah, make sure y'all looking out for my girl, right? Because he said that he's cool with both of them, and he just want to see her do well as well. I think that everybody understand this Carisha Please thing came from Puffy, and so she has a type of relationship with him, obviously, and then he could be doing that for a whole plethora of list shitload of reasons. Let's just keep it real. And as quick as people give you things, they can snatch it back. You understand? So yeah, let's just be happy for her that she's able to grab that moment, have that to put on her resume under her belt, and say that she can do these things. And you never know. We're probably going to see JT on the show as well. I'm sure we are at some point. And maybe at the same time, she feel like that's not her lane, right? You guys understand what I'm saying? Let me know in the comments. Maybe she's feel like, well, that's not my lane. That's not what I want to do, right? Because personally, I feel like JT has a stronger fashion sense. That's my opinion. People can feel however they want to feel about that. I feel like she has a stronger fashion sense, and Young Miami is more outgoing, right, than JT. But they still are strong. They still can be a strong unit. People shouldn't try to make it into a thing where they need to feel like they're in the same group, yet they need to compete with each other. They shouldn't be competing with each other. They should be feeling blessed to be in that position that a lot of young women, which they were in, and that they should go in and get everything they can get out of it. Okay, and that should be their only mission. Not worried about who don't think because she not this and she dating him. Just don't even worry about it. That's my thing. And I feel like and unfortunately this happens to a lot black women groups is what I'm girl groups. And we need to just make sure we understand what people are doing when they're doing that. I'm not saying that he's doing anything intentionally, because I do feel like he's trying to look out for JT by the way he was saying what he was saying. That's what I took from it. But I feel like once people put stuff out there like that, then it plants a seed, and then people start watering that shit. You know what I'm saying? They start watering it, and next thing you know, they on social media fighting over money, fighting over outfits, fighting over men, fighting over this, fight. You think you doing this in the song, or they try to outdo each other on the stage. It just becomes crazy, right? And then you have all these people in your ears telling you this and telling you that. I just hope that they don't allow people to do that to them, right? Because I feel like I've seen like video of them as little girls together. So these are childhood friends. They should not allow people that were not there to come in between whatever they have going on. And that's just how I feel about it. You guys can let me know how you feel in the comments. And then the other story that's out here that's about music as well is Keyshia Cole. Keyshia Cole, she released a snippet of a song, and Twitter was kind of like talking about the song. Some people are kind of upset because they feel like she's trying to release a drill song, right? Which I don't know what that is. I don't, they're saying it's something about the beat. Like if you guys can explain that to me, please do. Because like I said, I'm not in the know, and really truly not that interested in being in the know. But I don't really know what people on Twitter mean by that. Like they're telling her no, don't do the drill sound or whatever. I don't really know what they mean by that. She is kind of I guess rapping towards the end of it. So maybe that's what they're saying. Maybe the way that she's flowing. I don't know. I don't know what they mean when they say drill. So she's not talking about pow pow and nobody. So I don't know what they're saying outside of stuff like that. but it sounds like the song is directed towards Antonio Brown, and so that's the other part of what people are talking about. The song don't sound bad to me. Like I said, I don't really know what saying a song sounds drill, what that means, but that I think some of the I didn't put the lyrics on there. Let me see if I could find it really fast. Have you guys heard it? Let me know in the comments because you might. It's I think it's on some of the blogs. Um, but yeah, I mean, Keyshia is a writer, so yeah, she's gonna take her experiences and write about them, right? And so I guess that's what she was doing with that.
Just in love with the idea. One day I'm your idol, next day I'm a psycho. Recognize the pattern and I wanna break the cycle. I fell in love, and I'm falling out of my heart. I feel like every.
You guys hear it? Because I don't really think I could play it over here. But yeah, it kind of sounds like she's talking about him because she's saying, I don't know that it's not like she's kind of talking about how he kind of went online and he was telling her one thing, but then he went online and said that he didn't want her and all this stuff, and nobody wants to get with you, Keyshia Cole, or whatever he said. So she kind of put that in the song, like how he was one way, and then he turned it to somebody else. And like I said, towards the end, she kind of starts rapping. It's on her Instagram if you guys want to go and hear it. It's probably on some of the blogs as well. Um, and if you've already heard it, let me know what you think about it in the comments. I didn't think it was that bad, and that's just my opinion. And then, yeah, people should expect her because she is a writer. She's definitely going to write about things that she go through. So I'm not surprised that she wrote about the whole Antonio Brown situation. And she probably will write some more. Um, so let me know what you guys think about it if you've heard it already. And what is a drill song? I mean, am I supposed to tell when something? Because she wrote on there, drill drip was cute. So I'm trying to figure out like are we supposed to people who are not familiar with drill, what is it about what she's doing that's making you guys or her feel that it's a drill song? Let me know in the comments. Or maybe she just want to say that. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about it if you've already heard it. Um, so yeah, the other thing that I wanted to touch on, Beyonce has a song out as well. I mean, not a song, excuse me. She is announcing her album is coming out. And it's going to be called Renaissance. And so they announced some of the producers on there. She's going to work with Raphael Sadiq on a track, or I guess, I don't know how much of the album he's going to do. But they announced that he is on there and somebody else. No ID. Somebody named No ID. So they were saying that those two are the producers that are involved with her album, Renaissance. And I guess this is her seventh studio album by herself as a solo artist. Um, I don't know. I'm wondering who else is going to be on there. I know they said there's a country song on there, and I think they said a dance track. I don't know. Let me know if you guys are looking forward to hearing new music by Beyonce. There's 16 songs, 16 songs. So. With her naming it Renaissance, I'm kind of wondering what direction she's going in with that. But I guess we'll see. Maybe she's going to try to have all these different genres kind of combined on the album, right? So maybe she'll have R&B on there, pop song, country, maybe a rock song. You know, I don't know. Maybe that's what she's doing. We'll see when she put it out. Is it next month? Yeah, I believe in July. In July, it's supposed to come out. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about that. The people who do you think she's going to work with on the album? Do you think she will work with Megan or with Chloe? Right? Because I think Chloe and Halle is her group, right? I I don't know if they're signed to whatever Jay Z got going on, but I think that she was the one who um, introduced Chloe and Halle. So do you think she will work with Chloe or with Megan Thee Stallion? Let me know in the comments and who else you would want to see on the album. I know there was some talk yesterday on Twitter as well about Tory Lanez saying that he sent her a demo and that she decided not to use the demo, I guess, from him. And like people were saying on Twitter, they already knew. I don't even know why they put that story out there. They already knew Beyonce probably wasn't going to work with him because of her relationship with Megan, right? Um, so I don't know. What do you think about that as well? What do you think about him even sending a demo to Beyonce in the first place? Um, is Tori a producer? I mean, I know he's an artist, but is he a producer as well? Let me know in the comments if you guys know. Um, so yeah, the other story, I think I touched on everything I wanted to touch on in this video, except for what else was I gonna? Oh, yeah, there they go right there. So No ID and Raphael Sadiq are the two producers on her album. Um, oh, so yeah, Micki Howard, she's a singer who I think late 80s, early 90s, 2000s. I think she put some music out. She's more on the jazz side today. Um, and unfortunately, these newer generations, you guys are not familiar with jazz and music before hip hop because hip hop kind of it monopolizes all of music today and the way that it's used is kind of is what it is. I'm not even going to get into it, but so Micki Howard, she I don't know how old this video is either, but she is bringing up Megan Thee Stallion, and so I'm assuming that it's not that old. And she brings up Chloe, so I don't think it's that old. But she has a few things to say about the music industry, and so she had like a question as far as why how is it that the black women, the black musicians, singers, talent are having to do all this extra stuff. Like they just can't come out and sing and they have to do all this they have to go take the clothes off and do the extra stuff. I think I talked about this already myself, and so I'm not going to say a whole bunch about it. This is just her opinion about this, so I'm going to play what she had to say, and you guys let me know what you think about it in the comments. And I understand there is people feel that maybe people that are older than them are kind of like picking on the younger generation, but that's not true at all. What she's saying, she's not just talking about this generation. She's talking about in music. Period. Like it's always a thing that the black artists. It always seems as if they have to work 10 times harder than other people. Um, and even with that said, I feel like there are some girls that are not black that do the whole what can we call it? The whole yeah, they have the outfits on. You have the Miley Cyrus. She will do it when she feels the need to do it, and I feel like Britney has done it, have done it as well, and maybe a couple other people. But I think when she says like Taylor Swift and the Adele's, like she's talking about the girls that probably are considered huge in their genre and in their community, right? And so yeah, I don't recall ever seeing Taylor Swift with her booty cheeks in the camera, or Adele, and like well, I'm gonna let it play what she had to say, but I don't think it's really to pick on people. I think that what she's saying is people have to be careful how you allow people to use you, and I think that's the ultimate in what she's trying to say in this video. But I'm gonna leave with the video, let you guys hear what she had to say, and you guys can let me know what you think about what she has to say in the comments. If you get it, if you don't, however you feel about it. And at the end of the day, people do what they want to do, I guess. If you're going to say that that's who you are and this is how you want to express yourself, then I guess it is what it is. Um, but yeah, you can see that there is definitely a difference in the top artist in these different genres. But let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
I had lots of racism. The first racism is that you're in urban music, and then there's pop, and the pop people get everything. Okay, you can even just compare, which we don't want to do because it just makes you angry and hurts your feelings and things like that. It's like, for instance, every white artist, pardon me, I don't mean it in a bad way, you know, you heard of them, from Taylor Dane all the way down, that came out in my era, Debbie, this and that, all of this. And they got, to this day, they living better than me. To this day, they still get more money. If we both came here, if I perform here and Taylor Dane perform here, they pay her more. And without the fight, I gotta fight. So it's like never, it's not changed. And we're being projected and portrayed by, I ain't saying nothing bad, because you know, we don't ever want to say nothing bad, but Megan Thee Stallion ain't my daughter. If she's my daughter, okay, you always want to applaud success, because success is not easy. And what she's doing is not easy. And I can't take anything away from that. If you're gonna do that, you're doing it to the top of your thing, yeah. Okay, and Cardi B, yeah. But why is it that that's all we have? Even Chloe, the talented child, this child is talented, the twin. And she got to be naked, or we ain't paying her no attention. And I still don't know what she said. And I love that little song she be singing. I'm like, what in the world is she doing? We gotta be naked? Odella ain't naked. What's her name? Adele ain't naked. She lost weight, but she still ain't naked. She ain't shaking shit. And it's like not fair. Even our R&B, even Mary J. Blige is 51 and 52 years old, got to be naked. And is having some high heel boots and shit. Janet, she got to dance across the stage and run back and be naked. At 58. We the only ones. I mean, we are sexy and sexual and all that stuff, but we are also the foundation of a lot of this music. Okay? Aretha used to get naked just because she liked to.